It's gone. Lockdown haircut in full effect. But more importantly, you guys have been bugging me for a lot of Psytrance sounds on the channel. I've been reading some of your comments. So today I'm going to make a video. We're going to dive into Cubase and make some Psytrance sounds. Catch you in a sec. So we are going to grab our trusty old friend, Serum, and see what we can come up with. I want to take a look at some FM sounds or frequency modulation sounds. If you don't know what frequency modulation is, it's essentially where you use one oscillator, much the same way that you would with a LFO, to modulate the frequency of another one, except oscillators are generally speaking in audio rate, so it's a much higher frequency that they're moving at. So let's take a listen quickly and show you what I mean. So we'll start off with a saw wave. And in this case, we're going to use the sub oscillator to modulate our saw wave. So what we want to do is go down here. We're going to select the FM sub. And just to illustrate to you what's going on here, I'm going to move this all the way down to 4 octaves. Let's play our saw wave. Take a listen as I dial in the FM. So you can hear the pitch modulation going on there, but where the magic really happens is when we bring this up a little bit further into audio rate, and check this out. So now we're getting somewhere. So one of these classic Psytrance sounds like this, you want to kind of run this through a bandpass filter. So we're going to do a couple of little modulation readings now, just to kind of make this a little bit more interesting for us. Let's grab the bandpass. In actual fact, let's try something else. We'll go to one of the miscellaneous filters down here. Let's go with the 2 BB. So comb and a bandpass filter together, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the velocity to modify the comb frequency. This one doesn't work so well with an LFO, you'll hear now. You get some artifacts when you're kind of moving it around smoothly like that. So what we'll do is we'll go with the velocity to comb frequency. So now you can see we're moving around there. You won't hear it too much until we bring the resonance in. Let's bring the resonance up. That's kind of the sound we're looking for. What I'm also going to do here is head to the matrix and just assign our mod wheel to the filter cutoff so that I can play this nice and easily. There we go. Now you can also hear the sine wave is currently playing through. We don't actually need that sine wave to play through to the output of the synth. We can turn that down and it's still going to be sending the sub to our oscillator with the saw wave. What I'm going to do now is actually... We're going to actually add in a second oscillator now that's not being modulated by the FM. I'm going to send that through to the filter as well. Just to kind of build up the different tones that we have in there. Kind of keep one a little bit straighter. I think what we're going to do with this one though is use a wavetable. So we're going to check out the files. Let's just solo this one. We'll get rid of this one for now. That comb is a little bit more drastic than what I was thinking it would be. So let me switch over to a band pass quickly. So just going to disable the filter for 1 second. Try that one out. It's really got kind of like an FM kind of vibe to it already. Just adding a little bit extra weight to our sound. Let's maybe try this one in unison mode as well. That's nice. We'll add our filter back in. Maybe just a little bit of these sub. We'll make sure that goes through the filter as well. Okay, let's check out the effects now. We're going to stick just a little bit of bit reduction on this one. Downsampling, actually. That's a little bit too crunchy for my taste. So I'm going to back off on that slightly. That's better. And let's squash the crap out of it. We're going to use the sort of OTT multi-band compression in here, but just back off on it a little bit. Back off on the ratio slightly. Some delay. I always like to use a dotted and a straight note. We'll use eighths in this case. That's sounding pretty good. I might just bring out the width slightly more as well. Use the dimension expander. That one in. Just a touch of reverb. And I always like to just add in a couple of automatable elements as well, just a few extra bits and pieces. Sometimes you use them, sometimes you don't. I might actually add in the filter in this case here. We're going to go with a, let's see, miscellaneous. Let's go with the Formant filters. We can link our mod wheel to the Formant as well. So let's grab the filter, FX filter, further down. There we go. So the FX filter frequency, we'll grab that one. Just to give us a different variation on this as well. We'll go back to our FX section. Let's move the filter up further in the chain. Go before the compression, actually maybe even before the distortion. And we're going to add the this mod control, the macro control. We're going to add just to the. Let's go to the filter and the mix dial. So at any given time we can sort of change the filter from being dry to our vowel sound. Let's just play around with this one a little bit as well. Let's maybe go with an LFO on the Formant. Label this one Formant Mix. try this one a little bit harder as well. In actual fact, in this case, what we might actually do here is rather use the LFO to modulate our cutoff. And I'm going to jump into the matrix, change the LFO that we have there, remove that one. This should be LFO. And let's just grab the macro for, the mod wheel assignment for the filter frequency. We'll change that one to the FX filter val, which I believe is the variation. Just click that one. And now we can mix the two together with our macro control as well. These FM sounds as well are not the kind of sounds you're going to be playing a chord with. So what we'll do as well is, just to finish this off, we'll stick this into legato mode and mono. We'll give it a bit of a bend so we can do some nice little... Get that kind of elastic tone going on when we do our sequencing later on. There you have it, FM leads in Serum for Psytrance. Kind of a classic Psytrance sound that, obviously there's hundreds of different variations you can do on that, but that's the basics, is that FM modulation happening on the oscillator. You can try different sources as well, but I find the simpler sources like the sine wave kind of give you the best results. You can actually modulate use the FM from a wavetable as well, but sometimes when they're too complex, there's too much spectral wavetable stuff going on, it tends to just become a little bit noisy. And then also don't, be quite gentle as to how much frequency modulation you're applying. That's the basics, and hopefully we'll come back with some more Psytrance sounds soon. Remember, if you guys are enjoying these tutorials, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notifications button. It really helps out the channel. Also, check out the website, www.marulamusic.com, for any sound packs and preset libraries, samples. You really help us out that way. Great, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys again soon. Ciao.